An old TV, a unique chant, and maybe a little bravery from a curious cat like yourself. These are the ingredients for contacting the Lost Channel. We're going to unravel its origins and explore the fates of those who contacted it before. And just a reminder, not all who tune in tune out. Okay, so we got to start at the beginning with Minerva Albanese, and I'm looking for stuff while I'm doing this. I don't know where it is. But Minerva is the one who started all of this. She was a local librarian, and by all accounts, she was just like a normal lady who loved crafting and creating, but everything changed when her husband passed away, which caused her craft to take a little bit of a turn.
There is a bug.
Out of the desperation to connect with her late husband, she started diving into rituals and the occult, and she became convinced that she could use her TV and tune into an elusive frequency known as the Lost Channel. And as she got into deeper waters, there were reports of strange sounds and eerie lights coming from her house. And neighbors also said that they saw strange figures visiting in the night. But despite all of her weird behavior, she was still actually quite an active part of the community. And it was only after her disappearance when authorities discovered a secret room inside her house. And they actually found her husband's nearly perfectly preserved body and a TV left on, emitting nothing but static. No! Where is it? I just envision it flying directly into my mouth or something. I don't know. Ugh! Oh, it would crunch. No, don't say that. Ugh! After the authorities found this room and everything, this small town, people started talking. They started talking. Of course they would. Who wouldn't? You found a body and a TV and weird stuff. Rumor mill, go. First starting with how the hell did she get her husband's body out of that grave? So the grave that her husband was in did not look to be disturbed since the funeral, which almost all of the town attended. They saw the body, they saw the casket, they saw the whole thing lowered into the ground. And the even weirder thing was Minerva's schedule that day. So in the morning, she had actually opened a new wing of the library, and she was supposed to be at the town hall later that day to be celebrated for her work in the community. And she disappeared, whoopsies. She disappeared in between those two events, and the last person to see her was one of her coworkers. And that person reported that Minerva communicated to them that she was going to go to her house to change clothes and feed the dog before going to the town hall thing. And this was confirmed by investigators because when they got to her house, they found a mug of dog food on the counter. And the spookiest part of all of this, and what kind of raised a lot more questions and maybe started the idea of this ritual for the Lost Channel and everything, was that her husband's corpse was missing fingers. We're going to have to do something about the bug. Where were we? Fingers. This is what spurred the rumors that she used parts of him in the rituals to contact the Lost Channel. This theory was kind of supported because they found medical and occult books in this secret room. So with no other family, Minerva's house and belongings were turned over to the state, and among those artifacts were her notes. And somehow these notes found their way to a local university. And then over the years, these notes started to mysteriously disappear, and they ended up in the hands of those who were curious enough to decipher them. Which brings us to Helen. Oh, I made a bird, it's so cute. By all accounts, Helen was a very lovely and kind person, known for her warm demeanor, and she was a well-respected teacher as well. But things changed when she came across a peculiar set of notes from a university contact. And these notes, it turned out, belonged to Minerva. She'd spend evenings poring over them with a certain intensity in her gaze that was not there before. But those close to her noticed changes after she started studying the notes. And she became increasingly obsessed, nitpicking over the symbols and signs, often spending hours on a single page. And as time passed, she became increasingly irritable and quick to argue and suspicious of her colleagues and her students. Just know, I might have to deal with that. Oh, there you are, bitch. I see you. Hold on. Okay. And then she started confronting people about conversations that they never had or actions that they never took. And all of her relationships started to slowly dissipate and disintegrate, and she became isolated and mistrustful. And then everything changes one day in the middle of a school assembly. She just stood up out of nowhere and started yelling, "You all think I don't know, but I do. I've seen it. It shows me everything, your whispers, your lies." And she ranted about the Lost Channel and how she had performed the ritual, and it apparently showed her replays of her previous days. And in these interactions, it would amplify flaws and insecurities and show her things that did not happen. And then she must have realized what she had done, because she ran. And the cops were called, and they showed up at her house, and she was gone. And the notes were gone as well.
Oh my God.
So after Helen's incident at the school, rumors about the Lost Channel and its effects on their teacher began circulating among the students. And these rumors very soon spread beyond the school, and somehow Minerva's notes containing the ritual ended up on the internet. And as one might expect, people could not resist the allure of the unknown and started attempting to contact the Lost Channel themselves. The book's back! No. Bug, I'm gonna get you. Where are you? I can hear you. I know you're there. Things got real weird. People who performed the ritual reported that their TVs would show them news of world events that they don't remember happening. Or they would get warnings to shelter in place with these weird cryptic messages because of threats from unknown origins. Some people would just find those who did the ritual staring at a static-filled TV screen, like they're hypnotized by it or something. There were people who saw live feeds of rooms in their own houses, and in the room they would see a person, or some would say it would be some sort of person-like thing, which I don't like, rummaging around the room, or just staring directly at the camera that doesn't exist. And when they went to go check the room that this was happening in, they would find the room was just fully destroyed, or nothing had happened at all, and there was nothing in there. And then everything just stopped. The ritual somehow vanished, like it never existed. Any forums, email chains, written notes of it, or just like a memory of it was kind of deleted or forgotten. I don't know. Not a lot of people remember this almost Bloody Mary-esque ritual. If you ask your, local old, they might have some sort of memory of it, but it's not remembered by a lot of people, and it's kind of weird. And it makes you think, what else is going on here? Was this caused because of the Lost Channel? Did someone get into something that they weren't supposed to, and something else fixed it? Or I don't know, because this whole concept and this whole kind of ritual makes me think oh, this could be why we have the Mandela effect, or Berenstain, or what's the Beatles' lost song Whispers in the Wind. All of these things, it could potentially connect to this, but it's an urban legend. Who knows? Everyone fantasizes about peeking behind life's proverbial curtain. What else is out there? Who else is out there? What's our purpose? Why are we here? And just the rest of all of the unanswered questions. And then when something dangles that golden ticket to an experience like the Lost Channel did, how can you not be tempted to take that opportunity? If you do, I guess you have to make peace with the fact that the answer might not be something that you want it to be. But who knows? That's the fun bit. The full saying is curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. Now, the first part of that seems, a little bit like an ominous warning, and it's the part that everyone likes to rattle off. And the second half is giving relief and release to that tension, saying, there's no such thing as too many questions. You can ask questions about everything and anything, and you should, because you get to not only learn about the thing, it's going to inform you about yourself, I guess. I don't know. This is soapboxy now, I think. Big questions get tiring. Oh my goodness. And it's nice to kind of get into crafts or something that kind of gives you a sense of control. And it's kind of like saying, hey, universe, I'm gonna make a birdhouse. You can keep your secrets. Like, I'm good. I may have told a little lie earlier. Do you remember how I said that the ritual had vanished? I'm not going to tell you how, but I was able to find it. Now, before you go getting too excited, let's be clear. I'm not saying any version or kind of try this at home, scenario. But it's part of the story. And I don't think anyone would be able to do it anymore, right? You need an older TV. I don't think that you can do it with modern digital stuff. I don't think. Yeah, no, I don't know. But anyway, this is what you need. An old TV, one of the ones with a dial preferably, and an antenna. Then you gotta touch your little greasy fingers to the static-filled screen, and you gotta say a little chant. Oh, how did that go? It went something like, in the silence, whispers creep from the channel very deep. Twist the dial, touch the screen, call the lost, yet to be seen. Through the static, past the grain, seek the channel, break the chain. In the echoes of the night, find the lost in TV's light. Or something like that, I don't know. And then after that, who knows? Everyone's stories are different. But since no one has access to old TVs like that anymore, I don't really think there's any harm in letting you know. And who is going to be brave or crazy enough to try it? And the hint of like the possibility of getting to peek at something you were never meant to see, it does sound kind of fun, doesn't it? But who knows? Maybe the Lost Channel's still out there, and it's just waiting for someone to tune in.